There's something about prayer that has a way of calming the storm inside us when everything else feels out of control. Have you ever felt like the weight of the world was on your shoulders? Like no matter what you did, things just wouldn't get better? I've been there. In those moments, when your heart is heavy and your mind races with worry, prayer has this incredible ability to provide a sense of peace that nothing else can. It's as though, in that quiet moment of surrender, you're reminded that you're not alone in your struggle. Something bigger than yourself is there, listening, guiding, and offering strength. I remember a time when everything seemed to fall apart. I was facing a personal crisis, lost a job, had family issues, and felt like I was losing my way. I was scared, uncertain, and overwhelmed by the weight of it all. One night, when the silence was deafening, I decided to pray. It wasn't a long prayer or a perfect one. It was just me, speaking from the heart, asking for guidance, for strength, for hope. And you know what? I didn't get an instant miracle, but something shifted inside me. That night, I slept better than I had in weeks. It was as if a burden had been lifted, just a little, and I could breathe again. I've seen prayer do wonders in other people's lives too. A friend of mine was going through a tough health battle. She was scared, frustrated, and felt like there was no way out. But despite the uncertainty, she prayed every single day. Her faith wasn't in knowing what would happen, but in knowing she wasn't facing it alone. Slowly, things started to change. Her attitude shifted, her strength grew, and she began to face each challenge with a newfound courage. Prayer didn't take the pain away, but it gave her the power to endure it. Sometimes, that's all we really need, the strength to keep going. Even when we don't have all the answers. In the hardest times, prayer becomes more than just words. It becomes a lifeline, a way to center yourself when the world is spinning around you. I've seen people in the darkest of situations find light through prayer. A woman who lost everything in a fire once told me how, in the midst of that overwhelming chaos, she felt this deep sense of calm after she prayed. It didn't make the loss any less painful, but it gave her the resilience to rebuild. Prayer doesn't always change the situation right away, but it changes how we see it. It allows us to shift our focus from the fear of what's happening to the hope of what could come next. It's easy to forget the power of prayer when life is smooth sailing, but when the waves hit and we're knocked down, that's when we need it most. It's like having a quiet conversation with someone you trust completely. When everything feels uncertain, prayer gives you a sense of control. Not over the situation itself, but over how you respond to it. It's the reminder that no matter how small we feel in this vast world, our voices are heard. That's what I've learned. It's not always about the answers you get, but the peace that comes from trusting that you're heard and supported. So, the next time you're facing a difficult moment, take a moment to pray. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be long, and it doesn't have to be out loud. Just speak from the heart. Ask for strength, for guidance, for peace. You may not get an instant solution, but you'll find a shift inside you, a change in how you see the world, and a renewed sense of hope. Prayer, in its simplest form, is a connection, a reminder that in difficult times, we are never truly alone.